Hi guys, today we're going to be looking at Operation Barbarossa. So that is the invasion of Russia that happened in 1941. So we've looked at Hitler's foreign policy, and we've looked at the Holocaust, and now we're going to look at Operation Barbarossa. This again could come up question 6, section D, to write an account of that. So Operation Barbarossa was the code name given to Germany's planned invasion of Russia. So then why did Hitler want to invade Russia? So he wanted to invade Russia for two reasons. So one, he wanted Lebensraum, or living space, for his German empire. And the second reason is there were oil fields located in the southern Caucasus, down in the south of Russia, that were really necessary for Germany to dominate the rest of Europe. So when did Operation Barbarossa begin? Germany launched Operation Barbarossa in June 1941, and this was in violation of that Nazi-Soviet non-aggression pact that was signed in 1939 before World War II broke out. Now, the date of the invasion is something that people have argued for years and years about, saying that if they had launched it earlier, they might have defeated the Russians. But they did launch it in June of 1941. So we know the name of the plan, we know what the plan was, we know when the invasion started, but what was the German plan? So first of all, Germany attacked with 3 million soldiers, 10,000 tanks and 5,000 planes. They were going to use their Blitzkrieg tactics, and they decided to attack on three fronts. So they were going to attack to the north. They were going to take Leningrad, was the main city up in the north. They were going to attack in the centre with Moscow, and then they were going towards south, where they were going to go through Kiev and Stalingrad to reach the Caucasus fields in the south. You can see a little picture here just shown. So that 3 million army was roughly divided up into 1 million sections each, with one going to the north, one to the centre, and one to the south. So what stopped Germany from winning? And the Soviet Union adopted a policy of scorched earth. So scorched earth is when an army is in advance and you burn absolutely everything. You don't leave anything for them to use. Okay, so this puts pressure on the German supply lines. They can't just take whatever they need. Everything has to be supplied freshly to the Germans. And the second reason that Germany didn't win was because the Russian winter set in before Germany had time to take its primary objectives, which were the cities, and this completely debilitated the German army. Completely stopped it. Like, petrol was freezing in tanks, and the men didn't have the right equipment to fight in these conditions. So it just stopped the Germans dead in their tracks. Now, another aspect of Operation Barbarossa is Stalingrad. Now, we talked about Stalingrad before, and Stalingrad can come up as an account in itself. So there are enough facts in here that if you are asked to write an account of Stalingrad, you will be able to. So Stalingrad was the name of the city in the south, and in the summer of 1942, Germany launched a fresh offensive on Stalingrad. The German army was known as the German Sixth Army, and it was under a guy called General Paulus. So he was given the job of taking Stalingrad. So as usual, the Nazis used their Blitzkrieg tactics. So they bombed Stalingrad to an absolute pulp. But as the tanks came in, the Soviet soldiers continued to come out with rubble. And because of all the rubbles, the tanks had very poor maneuverability. So the Soviet soldiers would come up, throw Molotov cocktails at the tanks and cause great damage or destroy the tanks. Then in November of 1942, General Zhukov, Soviet general, surrounded the German army of around 1 million men. And the German army was caught between Zhukov's army and between the soldiers inside of Stalingrad. So despite being airdrop supplies, General Paulus surrendered in January 1943, even though Hitler had told him not to do that. Paulus felt he had no other choice, and Germany had lost at least 300,000 men dead, and the Soviet Union had lost about 500,000 dead. So with these facts, you should be able to write an account on Operation Barbarossa or Stalingrad.